right, thank you. It's definitely a fun one right there. Oh, yeah. Well, we got a couple left. Our next song is one of our, well, it's our latest release on our Spotify and iTunes, all streaming services. This one's called Sweet Moonrise. And hope y'all like it. This is one that Adele wrote and we recorded in our front room about a year and a half ago, and we woke up and there was like thousands of views overnight on Facebook. So we're like, yep, we got to keep doing this song, I think. And it's a fun one. It's a little more relaxed. We're going to take you guys on a journey. So close your eyes and just relax.
Days come and go, the time rolls on by, just like the autumn breeze and sweet summertime. As the rain falls down, your memories hit the ground, just like the sunset and sweet moonrise. Look inside of me, trying to figure out who to be, chopping, changing, rearranging every little thing. Goodbye to the old me, hello to finally free. I'll grab my guitar and play till my fingers bleed. Autumn breeze and sweet summertime. And as the rain falls down, your memories hit the ground, just like the sunset and sweet moonrise. So we keep digging deep, folding the fitted sheets, chopping, changing, rolls on by, just like the autumn breeze and sweet summertime. As the rain falls down, your memories hit the ground, just like the sunset and sweet moonrise. As the rain falls down, your memories hit the ground, just like the sunset and sweet moonrise.
Well, I think this is going to be our last song. Showstopper. We want to thank everyone here at the Boise Hive for having us again. Everybody that uses the resource that they have available. It's great. I haven't really got to experience anything other than performing on this stage, and we look at it as giving back, because we played here a year ago, you know, it's just one more little step on the journey that we've been on and the success that we've been having. And a lot of the emails that we send to venues and managers across the country, we refer that video, you know. And one thing I was talking to Dan about before the show is I'm excited to watch both and see the progression and the growth, and hopefully you guys notice that too. So Adele wrote this song, and sometimes in life, especially when you're dealing with addiction and mental health problems, especially even like work, home life.
Well, mostly toxic people.
Toxic people, yeah, exactly.
Telling me
you know?
who I am.
Those are triggers.
Who they think I am.
So this song's called Planted. You just gotta dig your roots in. You know what I mean? Stay away from the roundup.
But
right?
if you dig your roots in, you have to grow. That's the rule.
All right, this one's called Planted. Hope y'all enjoy it.
Thank you. We're the band Highway 45. Yay.
Thank you. Quick shout out. You can follow us on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, all that stuff.
And shout out to my students in Melba.
Melba, yeah.
Love you guys.
We love you guys. Follow and like the Hive. I think.
And Kodog
Dan.
SwearPants.
And we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
We're watching.
Reminder of our own place, brothers came and fell with copper fingerprints displayed. Sinew and the flesh, those that made the promises, broken down and left. Soldiers, climb with me till we find the sea, and I'll hold your hand as we walk through the stars. Climb with me higher above the trees, and I'll make our bed in the clouds. Yeah. She doesn't bother hold a grudge, soon forgets the name. The entity's not tonight, and the damage was the same. With the weary eyes, shaky hand, eyes the visitor, analyzing his intentions, trusting and untrue. She's a wild mare in a vacant field, restless on the fence with the fire in the spirit. Only meant for break conquest, for a man of fire too. And if you give the gift of trust, then she will burn like stars for you. So just climb with me till we find the sea, and I'll hold your hand as we walk through the stars. Climb with me higher above the trees, and I'll make our bed in the clouds. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. If the need and the faith was so bright that you are blind, till it's her and only her, that second sight she can't find. The heat and the faith so bright that you are blind, till it's her and only her, that second sight she can find. So just climb with me till we find the sea, and I'll hold your hand as we walk through the stars. Climb with me higher above the trees, and I'll make our bed in the clouds. Yeah. Climb with me till we find the sea, and I'll hold your hand as we walk through the stars. Climb with me till we find the trees, and I'll make our bed in the clouds. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah.
And I wrote this song after leaving the Hive. The last time I was here with I went to see my good friend Michaela King at a show, and I was just remembering this place. The last time I was here, I was not alone. I fail every day just trying to cope. And the dark is twice as dark after one. And I torturing myself with my phone. And I'm sorry if I'm needy, and I'm sorry if I'm far. And I'm sorry if the sorry only shows up in a song. And I'm sorry if I'm needy, and I'm sorry if I'm far. And I'm sorry if this sorry only shows up in a song, in a song. I feel like an outsider when I'm with my friends. I never quite fit in their conversations. Am I too high above or too down below? Am I the only one who's unknown? And I'm sorry if I'm needy, and I'm sorry if I'm far. And I'm sorry if this sorry only shows up in a song. And I'm sorry if I'm needy, and I'm sorry if I'm far. And I'm sorry if this sorry only shows up in a song, in a song. The last time I was here, I was free. My soul found its home, and I felt seen. And I'm a slut for the stage to substitute. But I always walk alone in solitude. And I'm sorry! And I'm sorry if this sorry only shows up in a song. And I'm sorry if I'm needy, and I'm sorry if I'm far. And I'm sorry if this sorry only shows in a song, in a song. The last time I was here, I was not alone.
I've got a story about a DC to tell, and I don't think you're gonna like it very well. It's about nice guys and the rich and the poor. What if no one can afford to live here anymore? I guess you can, cause you've got a trust fund. You're so comfortable that you're the only one. I'm gonna turn it up and shake you down, cause your past is too clean, gotta throw it all around. You were brought up well, but your daddy never taught you to keep your mouth shut. Well, oh my god, I know what you said. Yeah, that's not cool. Said that boys are cute, but why not you? You're taking one thing that one girl does, and you make it represent all of us. What have you known about catty girls? Only thing you've known is a white boy world. Talking politics on a pedestal with some half-baked idea of what it means to be a girl. You can't feel how we suffer or we bleed. Can't give us what we want, much less what we need. Well, oh my god, I know what you said. Yeah, you can't run. Said that girls are dumb, but not this one. You narrow your world to the safest girl, and you up your nose with all the rest. We do exist, and we do exist, and life that's weary is a life without risk. Don't know what it's like to get harassed all day, then get told that you're only in the way. Living in fear, trying not to disappear. Yeah, I'm kinda weird, not normal, no way. Well, oh my god, we don't do that here. Well, now we do. You'll see what I'm gonna do about you. I've got a story about a DC to tell, and I don't think you're gonna like it very well. It's about nice guys and the girls that let them. Innocent as rain and about as thoughtless. You can bring the cake and I'll bring the cake. Raise our glass to another mistake. What if us girls try to tear ourselves apart? I'm here to tell you that it's time to get smart. Okay, I'm done.
And thanks for hanging in there with us despite some technical difficulties. It's been a great show. We're back here with Highway 45. Woo. Woo. Yeah.
We have to say our bass player Matthew is with us in spirit. He is playing with one of his other projects right now, so he's right here on the other side. Don, put him in headlock.
Yeah, usually he does. He's Matthew's a pro, and he's got another gig that he's got to be at, so he's been excused. But just this time, at least for now. Adele, what can you say about this set compared to last year? That was amazing, by the way. You guys really, I can't wait to talk about this. Go ahead. What are your thoughts?
We're just really excited to be here, and we've grown as a band just in the past 2 or 3 years, and I think that once you finally get people that kind of vibrate with you, it just continues to grow, and you can spread love and happiness everywhere. That was cheesy, but
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
that's honestly that's what music is for us, and we feel really blessed that we just get to keep doing it.
You got you mentioned it. You've put some roots down. Every day you're putting roots down with performances across this valley. But you mentioned it. If you're gonna put roots down, you got to grow, right?
You gotta grow. Yeah, you do. You have to grow. That's in order to change, you have to remain the same, right? Or is it the opposite? In order to remain the same, you have
Chicken
to
or the egg? I'm not sure.
I don't know. My grandpa always said something like that, but
Yeah.
it's true. You do have to keep growing, and as you grow, you become this beautiful tree, and you start to spread all of these plants and leaves and blooms, and
Yeah, well, very well said. You guys have grown. Speaking of, we have a new member, besides Matthew, who we excused earlier, who is also new. Yeah, Don?
Yeah.
Let me come talk to you really quick. What do you have to say for yourself?
That I have a good time playing with these guys. It's been fun so far. We've had a good opportunity to go out and spread music and love and happiness and all that good stuff. You said it, so I have to repeat it. I couldn't. Nothing else popped into my mind, but yeah.
Do you live in Melba too?
No, I am here in Boise, and a new transplant here 2 years ago. So, getting into the music scene here in Boise and loving it, and yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Highway 45 is the main highway taking you out to the Snake River Canyon.
12th Avenue in Nampa. Just follow it, and that's Highway 45, right past Legacy gas station. It's like,
and wait, I gotta say, so one of the reasons I wanted to name it Highway 45 is because the road out there was awful, horrible, And so one of my goals was to get the construction done in the next 5 years, and it got done this summer.
Bam!
And I kept saying that at all our shows.
Awareness.
I don't know if that's actually, you know, why it happened, but I like to
Well,
think it is.
I mean, you can't discount the fact that you brought it up and everybody remembers it now.
Yeah.
How do you separate that? You can't. So well done.
Yes. Thank you.
You know, you just,
Yeah.
you got to grow.
Yeah. You gotta grow.
And so what you think about, you manifest, right?
Yeah.
What you,
Yes. Manifest. Yeah.
what you concentrate on becomes, the goal becomes your reality, right?
Face back, I call the bluff, don't face that. I call the pot, I'll take that, 'cause
Was being sober.
Bam.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah. You're welcome. So,
Yeah.
it kind of just gave me that clarity in life, and I realized instead of drinking my sorrows away, I just needed to take all of that energy and write a song with it. So that's kind of where that comes from.
Refocused your energies.
Yeah.
It's paid off. You should feel really good. You guys sound amazing.
Thank you.
Ryan, your game, you can shred like. I mean, I told you last year you were good. I told you last year you guys sounded you sounded great last year, and you really did.
Thank you.
It was a good show last year, but
Yeah, it was fun.
holy expletive, that was something else.
You liked it?
Yeah.
Good.
You've been working hard. It really shows.
Well, I appreciate it. Sorry. You know, it's all about spreading love and happiness. You know, I'm just kidding. Well, you know, if we're talking about me, yes, I've grown, but my motivation is Highway 45 and growing with them and the amazing musicians that I'm able to share the stage with. You know, Adele, Don, and Matt, whether it's the duo or the duo with Matt, the trio, or all of us together. And sometimes we have a violinist and students. We like to feature some of Adele's students from Melba. You know, that's my motivation. And I just hit 3.5 years. So
I was gonna ask.
yeah, last time it was 2.5. Thank you. And yeah, so
So what's the lesson in within the last 12 months that you maybe learned that the previous year and a half or 2.5 that you didn't learn?
well, some of that time I was incarcerated for DUI, and that's getting out, your self-esteem's crap, and
You've done some growing since you've been out.
thank you. Yeah, I think it might be the cowboy boots, but
Well, he's got some new kicks.
Oh, you mean inside?
He's got
Oh,
some new kicks, so
No,
that
but
helps.
Going back to the guitar playing, it makes it easier when you have an amazing team behind you and that you have
Support
fun
system.
with. Support system, not only in my sobriety but in my music and stuff. And it's nice not having to worry about, oh, you're not good enough to perform with us anymore or something like that, some negativity. These guys are all positive, and that's what we try to do in our band. And like every band, we have squabbles, but you know what? We learn from them.
Yeah, we're feisty and passionate.
We learn and we grow, and they ultimately bring us closer.
Adele, what did you say?
I said we're feisty and passionate. And sometimes there's a little bit of zest.
Oh, a little zest. Don's bringing the zest.
I bring the zest.
Seasoned.
Seasoned. Yeah, that's
Very good. Well, the
Don
seasoning.
brings the flavor. Don brings the flavor, yeah.
Very good. That shirt, a lot of flavor in that shirt. Love the hibiscus.
I love playing with these guys, and I'm sure they could zone out or elaborate too,
When we're playing?
especially the drummer,
Yeah.
because in the show you could see some of those times I lost myself, just blacked out almost. Close my eyes and get it, and a lot of times I turn around to look at Don to groove, and he's just
Holding it down.
And that, I look at those moments as healing. We do this, I do this partly to heal, not only myself, but everyone. And a lot of times, like in my past performing with people, I can't do that because I'm worried about them messing up or me messing up. But, when you get that cohesive unit with an awesome leader like Adele, it makes it a lot easier to do your thing,
She's quite the front woman. Well done.
Thank you.
Step it.
I'm gonna cry. No, I got another metaphor for you. It's something like this. So I just realized that Dawn is kind of the roots, and we were having a hard time. Well, I mean, we weren't having a hard time, but it's not as fun without the roots, right? And then we got Matt is like the structure of the tree, right? He's the trunk, and then am I the branches or you?
I'm the branches and she's
And I'm the leaves. So then I like fly. You like.
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
I gotta do a new whole thing. I gotta do a whole cover art.
Sounds like another song.
Motivation. See, it comes from anywhere, like I said on stage.
Comes from every and all angles, doesn't it?
Yeah, let's
Yes,
just get
sir.
creative.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's get creative. The music, as you mentioned, it's super healing.
Well, and it's
And
one thing too. It's 100% original. We write everything. We don't really do the cover scene, which.
not that there's anything wrong with that,
No,
but
hey, let me finish.
sorry to cut you off.
There's nothing
Horrible.
wrong with it. In fact, our bass player, his band that he's playing with now does covers, and hey, that is fun. Covers are fun. Great way to learn, and people love it.
Yeah.
And we write through our life experiences, and what were you gonna say?
Well, and through those life experiences, nothing is ever really original and new, right? Because we've all seen it for thousands of years. All of these different things have been happening. So even though it's original, it's different, and it's new, it's just our take on those 12 notes of music.
Yeah.
You've made them new.
Yeah. Okay.
I like it. Well done. So yeah.
Dawn's a songwriter.
Dawn?
Also. We haven't talked about
Okay, we haven't talked. We need to talk more to Dawn.
I
Yeah.
haven't had a chance to,
Scoot over here, guys.
showcase
Scoot over.
any of my material yet, but we will eventually when we get some time. We're actually just we're fairly new. I mean, 4 or 5 months that we've actually been together, so we haven't really I haven't had the opportunity to share all that stuff with them yet, but we will eventually.
Our road trip to Pocatello, opening for the Mavericks, we got to hear some of his stuff.
It's really good.
He's like, "Let me play this band." And then, do you like it? That's me.
It just happens
Like
to
that's
be-
me.
And it was
That's
amazing.
Dawn's original.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys maybe would stop playing so many shows, every night's a new show, and maybe work on some new songs.
we'll do
But
that.
Dawn,
Yeah, well, absolutely.
take a breather, take a breath. That's what winter's for, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Hey, we look forward to hearing some more new stuff. You guys, that was a great set. It was very heartfelt, and it was a great performance. I think you're gonna love it if you go back and watch or listen.
Awesome. Awesome.
But,
We had a good time.
yeah. Well, we hit on it earlier, but this place, the Hive's all about mental health and suicide awareness and prevention, and also healing for the survivors of suicide, because it affects all of us.
Absolutely.
And so this place has been amazing for that, and we have resources here. We've got counselors, we've got couches, we've got friends, and we've got ice cold LaCroix and refreshments. And but the people here are great. Come down, you'll find your tribe. And what more can we say about the music being so healing?
Yeah. It's kind of universal. So I mean
Yeah,
that's
we like to beat horses around here, but
yeah.
no pun intended. It's the glue. It's the glue that holds the fabric. Yeah, that was really bad. I'm sorry. That's all right. Okay. So if you need to talk to somebody, or anybody needs, send them down here. We appreciate the love that you give out, spreading the Boise Hive love and the word and the message about this place. Has done wonders for you, because I think you sound great, and I mean, you can't separate the two. Maybe one caused the other. I don't know. Anyway.
You put out in the universe, whether it's good or bad, it's gonna come back at you tenfold. So you might as well just choose the good, because that's what's gonna happen.
You really sound amazing.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thrive at boisehive.org. If you know somebody, need to talk to somebody, send them that email address, and
Don't be afraid.
don't be afraid.
Do it.
How about the students at Melba? Is that where you're teaching?
Yep, I still direct music over in Melba.
Go Mustangs.
Yeah, go Mustangs. And he is actually my assistant pep band coach
Yeah.
now. And he does instrument repairs, and he's going to start teaching lessons. So if you're interested in taking private lessons,
Hey,
he's up.
marketing
Oh, sorry.
game.
So
just
you know
thought
what?
that
I
was
forgot. I
relevant.
forgot one question I was going to ask
Yeah,
you about
what's
that.
up? Yeah.
So just to digress a little bit, since we're all here, what's tell me a story about that. Maybe you tell your students about the power of music that you can relay. Is that putting you on the spot too much? Like, what do you tell your students about how music can change their lives? Like, just beyond the notes and beyond the theory. you know.
Yeah, sure. So music, to me, is the only thing that has spanned through time. And even though it's changing and developing into its own genres and subgenres and, multi-genres, it's the only thing that spans through time and, what is it, sound? Right?
Space.
Space. Because sound can go through. Light can't, but sound can. Right?
That's deep.
It's super deep.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Nice.
Thank you for sharing that.
But that's pretty much what I tell my students, and it involves all the subjects too, because you have history, you have science, math, everything. And I can't, poetry. Yep, English. I can't, or whatever language it is. I can't make you play the instruments, but I can guide you there, and you have to put in the effort in order to learn something. And I think that's what's hard for people. But as musicians, we all have that perfection complex too, where it's like, oh man, I missed that one note. But you have to kind of switch the way that you think into how many notes did you get right? Because that's what's important, right? That means you're doing it right instead of just that one note. So it's like, yeah, fix that one note, but like think about all the ones that you just did right, because that's way more. Just things like that.
That's a good approach. Yes, thank you for that. Yeah, that's
Also, lastly, music is one of the things you can play until you're like 90, 100 years old, right? I mean, you have sports you give out by the time you're 45, 50, and then you start a new sport, right? Or a new hobby. And I know your fingers kind of start to give out, but it's just something that it's our spirit, it's just there.
If you get a chance, go watch the Tony Bennett special with Lady Gaga.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
That whole thing, how that played out, is just another testament on the power of music and how powerful and healing it can be.
Yeah.
But,
and it's the thing you get better at, because you think that you're in your prime, but you're not in your prime. And you always learning, always growing, developing, changing,
Step into the time machine. Yes. All right. Where can the fans find you?
That's Ryan.
Oh, me. Yeah. Well, you can find us everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, at highway45_band. All of our personal tags are on there. If you want to shoot us individual messages, whether it be lessons or just inspiration, anyone thinking about suicide, feel free to hit me up, and I'm here for you. You can, we got YouTube, obviously, Spotify, Apple Music, all those. We're everywhere. We're everywhere. It's,
Email us.
Our email, highway45productions@gmail.com. We're available for, our services.
Book them.
Book them.
Book them now because they're getting busy.
Book them, Dano.
We are getting busy, very busy.
We're getting busy, yeah. And, we've been working really hard for more opportunities, and they've been coming, and they're getting bigger and bigger. So book us now while you still can.
You don't want to miss out.
Yeah.
Sobriety looks good on you, Ryan.
Aw, cute.
Thank you. I also, since the last time, I've went gluten-free, and so if you look at the videos,
that's maybe what's the additional glow is from. I don't know.
And what's good about going gluten-free is you don't have to worry about me drinking beer because most of it's gluten, right? But just living healthier and the music for sure, and just surrounding yourself with those positive people, and.
And one thing that we've been working on too as a band is like learning how to communicate appropriately and understand each other. And like if one of us is really blunt, or maybe might sound mean, or I pointed at myself, or mean or judgmental or something like that. It's not necessarily that I'm trying, that all of us sometimes come across like where it's too much or something. It's just we're learning how to communicate. And that's one thing too that the Mavericks reminded me of is I always had a hard time expressing my words, but when I sing, I can just like say this story, and we just have to remember that we all have something to say. So.
Well said. Highway 45. Thank you guys. Ryan, Adele, Dawn, Matthew. We'll be right back with more from Prof Z coming right up.
Don't go anywhere. He's amazing.
He is amazing. And you guys are amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Yeah, you bet. That was an awesome conversation.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Oh,
Handshake.
I was expecting this to be wet, and it's crispy.
Crispy. Yeah, it's crunchy.
Nice. You got the crunchy.
My mic is. Yeah, there's my mic.
Are we still on?
No.
Oh, yeah, what's up?
Are we? I guess
Oh,
we're
yeah,
still on.
hey.
Hey, hugs for everybody.
Hey, I'm gonna teach you guys something. Are you ready? This is called the slappy salmon. This is what we do on a successful.
let's see it.
Every
It's
gig.
every gig.
Every
Ready?
gig. And slappy salmon.
Are we still on?
Yeah, we're still on. We're having some connection issues.
Oh,
So, but for now, if you guys just want to
just want to dance?
vibe in or
Hello, my baby.
All right.
Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime girl.
We're having internet problems right
Well, if
now.
we're still on, I mean,
Yeah.
if
This is
you're
a
local,
bloopers. You can use these
this is
in
great.
20 years from now.
Yeah, it's just awesome.
Well, we have some shows coming
You're
up,
free to
too.
go.
Oh yeah. What are our shows coming up?
let me look at our
Yeah.
shows. coming
Yeah, all right.
up.
Yeah, where are you guys at next?
So next Saturday we are in Nampa at the Farmers Market, and it is Tomato Fest. So that'll be fun. Is that next? Yep. Next Friday we're down at Mother Earth Brewery and Tap House. You don't have to worry about drinking if you're in recovery because they have all sorts of refreshments. There's
And
gonna
really
be
good chips.
really good chips. There's gonna be some food trucks there. What else do we got?
I gotta give a shout out to Liquid Death because like that's
yeah.
my favorite sparkling water, and it gets me through my days sometimes when I'm craving, like alcohol or whatever it is. That's my favorite because I don't
let's
really drink
see.
soda also.
September 3rd, we'll be down at Mother Earth again. This is what I'm excited for. September 10th from 1 to 3 up at Bogus Basin. Our own Adele will be playing with the Boise Philharmonic
Oh, okay.
up there for the first show of their season.
And
later,
then
later that night, you can catch the full band
at Sturman's.
at Sturman's Wine and Cigars down at Garden City.
Yeah,
That's fun.
that one's fun.
Saturday the 17th, we were going to go to Hoobastank because we got some tickets from the Go Agency. They're amazing. They support recovery also with all their staff. And they gave us a crap ton of tickets. But we have to cancel that because we're going to be at Houston Vineyards. And the stronger you get in your recovery, I was really worried about playing in bars.
Oh,
I'm
that's
like,
a good point.
hey, buy a beer. I'm going to buy you a beer. And you got to focus. If you're focused and strong, if it becomes a trigger, get the hell out of there, because it's not worth it.
Well, and then
I don't think so anyway.
Yeah, and then once you get out there, get out of it. Like, I really challenge you to just sit down with an instrument, whatever it is, and write your feelings out. Because you're going to take that poetry and it'll turn into a song,
Speaking of that,
That's where I've been.
any musicians watching that write original music, we like to feature them during our breaks because most of our gigs are 3-hour sets, and we like a little 20-minute breather. So if you got a few songs under your belt, feel free to hit us up, Facebook, Instagram, or our email. Which earlier you can see that.
And send us a link of your stuff so we
we'd
can hear you. And
like to hear you, and we provide the full PA and everything. So you just bring your guitar and your voice. You or a friend, you could do a duo too.
Well, yeah, and music is not really about competition.
Nope.
It's about
We don't
it's
care.
a support system, right?
Yep.
We're all the trees. All of us are all our own trees, and so we just got to support each other and grow together because we're the next generation.
Yeah.
And we're also teaching the generation after us and all the others how they should be.
You're shaping the culture right now of the future, and also the current culture. You're shaping it as we go. We all are,
Yeah, and music,
as you participate.
music shouldn't be judgmental in that kind of way. Like if somebody's going to use a capo, let them.
Yep.
That's why they're there. If someone's going to add some synth to something that doesn't
Can't
seem
hate
like
on the
it should,
capo.
add it.
You can't hate on the capo.
Yeah.
Are we still live?
yeah, but we figured it out.
Oh, we figured it
Oh, so
out,
we're
but we're
good?
still live.
Hey, don't
hate
Eric, should people hate on the capo? No. There's
Don't
no.
hate on a
If you
crybaby
don't,
wah pedal
yeah, people that
either.
hate on the
Okay.
capo, I feel don't know the
No.
Or the
problem.
wah pedal.
No wah. Okay, we'll keep the wah pedal.
Yeah.
Keep the
It wasn't
crack.
up
Wah,
for
wah,
discussion.
wah.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. It wasn't up for discussion.
But the capo, I
Yeah.
mean, there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with capo.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That actually helps with your singing too if you can't hit notes.
And your
Bump it up,
fingers,
man.
you're going to cry, and your fingers are going to bleed, just like in our song Sweet Moonrise. That's why we talk about that, because
Yeah.
they hurt. But,
You got
weakness.
you got some trenches in those.
Yeah, pain is weakness leaving the body. So,
Pancakes.
Right, yeah.
yeah. Let it out. Feel everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
It's very good. We're just kind of winging it here. This is great.
Yeah, this is great. Yeah.
Um, Welcome back to Live at the Hive. Without further ado, please help me welcome to the stage at the beginning of time, Prof. Z.
Jump right in. This one's called Birds of Prey.
PROFZ, looking for that PROOF so I can weigh against my hypotheses, analyses, vigilantes, placing my bets, reserved, circumstantial. I'm not afraid to be dealt a new hand, frantic. I won't panic, jump on that wagon before I'm irrelevant. Counter the currents because I'm irreverent. No stop, go, no cruise control. Say yes way too much for someone in the know. Serotonin deficient, but I'm awake. Cerebellum efficient, so I translate. And I'm dope, I mean when I feel it. On the road, I mean when I'm wheeling. Put my Vans in four-wheel when I kick push. I'm a man with drive, so I stick to it. Under pressure, don't crumple or fold. Wonder whether I'm hot or I'm cold. Breaking the mold, but I do what I'm told. Never selling my soul even when I'm scolded. Jack of all trades, well-rounded. Rooted in place, I'm grounded. Diamonds and spades, astounded. Spade slice the dirt. Digging for diamond to trade for a heart in the club. Reserved for people putting in work. Forgive my smirk, don no camouflage. The arms I value the most I write with. I practice patience and peace, it's no mirage, no sabotage. Jack of all, no trade back. I call the bluff, don't fake that. I call the pot, I'll take that. Cause birds of prey don't stay back. I'm circling, not vulturing. It's brain cells I'm culturing. Mainstream surrendering to riptides I'm rendering. Spring up, don't spring back. Cause fountains don't hold back. This mountain spring fresh track that's melting the snowpack. Powers of me are the powers that be in this golden approach that is easy to see. Shine like a diamond you thought you could find in the ring around rows of opposers that be flight of an eagle. Flight of the real as it is hunting. Agenda of ascension. Wingspan regal, not illegal. It's just natural, namesake basis. No peace, no running. Survival of the fittest, it's factual, contractual. Time to coast, time to seaside sunset. Time to grow, time to fee-fi-fo from that. Turn your brittle innards into bread. Rattle the skittles inside your head. You fade your bed and I'm fed up. Sit in a sauna, sipping a bottle to bring a nirvana. Soon I'm gone. Head is a split, throb to the beat of the sweat as it drip. Losing my grip, immersed in the verse as I battle the curse. Terse with the word as I conjure the birds. Two fingers up like I'm flipping the meaning. Having enough of the kicking and screaming. My dynamic scoffs at your statics. Your second amendment is useless against my pneumatics. I hope the pneumonia I spit is potent, so I infiltrate the mind of every witness. I'm not looking for facts to back up my beliefs. Even when the truth hurts, reality gives me peace. I'm not ass backwards, living in a glass house that shatters whenever I'm contradicted like I'm all that matters. So you'll find me pebble in hand, a stone's throw away, wound up and ready, and I'm aiming for the gray. In between your black and white perceptions neglected, like you're in Montessori and you couldn't absorb your lesson. Your story about as straight as the slithering snake that gobbled up your courage. You've got the depth of a pancake. I'm bored with your abhorrent and boorish chorus. I'm floored that I've already exceeded your memory storage.
Thank you. This one's called Guardian Angels.
I wish I knew right from wrong way back when. 13 around the sun and they puff past. I wish I picked up and passed and left their asses. I stayed in the circle, past left, never left. My old crew in the rhythm of the new cool. Inhale, hang on to old memories. Exhale, accept the new realities. Bike pegs we used to ride, rusty in the gutter, way off to the side. Swimming hole dried up, where we used to ride up. The kings of the canyon left their saddles, the strings of new companions tied up their paddles. Snowball fights and headshots count for shit when synthetic good times come easy with a hit. Hit with the truth when the values shift. Split like a tooth, but the roots don't drift. Clinging on like a handshake, too long, too strong. Ringing bells on the mandate. Wake up in the fog, old crew you knew like the back of your hand. Burnt hair and bubbled skin like a cigarette brand. Cattle fenced in by that dopamine rush. Rattle like the lungs as they release the final breath, the only path to escape. Cut off before gangrene takes over your shape. Closed doors to memories you thought you would make, just to forget. Dissolved by liquor, put down the drain. Sedentary, temperamental, sunk ships. Closed lips, rudimentary brain cells on the floor like hair clips. Pass left, never left. Sit back, no gap, cause that puff pass. Gotta catch every lap. Relay race with no winner. No wings like a sinner. Forget I'm a beginner. Awake for 13 minutes. And witty kid got shut like a lid until he let that cherry die and remembered who he is. Life would be different if I didn't leave it behind. Turned my cheek at 16 and kept my elbows in line. Crisscross applesauce on the floor, no more. Let my brain get the win before the losing score. 10 steps from the edge, the chasm of no return. Almost rewired my circuits to malfunction and burn. Sizzled like that patchy grass that used to be green, but still has potential to grow as long as it stays clean. I started hitting up books instead of hitting up crooks. I started looking for answers instead of looking for looks. The book full of pages left blank in the middle. Started filling in the gaps with punchlines to my own riddles. Reaching for my potential with steady feet on the ground, instead of grasping for straws while I dangle, scared to look down. Might be right for them, but it's not right for me. I'm not for the dead-end paycheck to paycheck, evidently. It's not how you currently be, it's how you proceed with guts to make the changes. Heart of hearts is my creed. I'm more important than the hookup that I bring to the table. Realize it's irrelevant because that ground is unstable. Clarity didn't come until later. I could have been Skywalker or Vader. The path of least resistance would resist me the most. Now that I found a bigger purpose, I'm alert at my post. Fire in my step like I'm skipping on death. Speaking my own truth like there's fire in my breath. Unafraid of what's to come because there's no place to run. I look it dead in the eye even if it burns like the sun.
Thank you. All right, I'm gonna actually skip ahead a little bit. This is a different one. I did a collaboration with my friend who's a local EDM artist. He goes by Mind Fabric. Highly recommend looking him up. He's amazing. His Instagram page, he does audio visual too. It's amazing. So this one, we're calling it Infinite Space right now. This is the first time I'm performing it. I'm very excited. So give it up for Mind Fabric. Ever-changing fabric of my mind. Ripple effect, polyrhythm in my nervous system. Repeating waves return, I greet them like I missed them. Hip shakes on grandstands, hand cannon like brass bands. Reweave that twine rope, gold braids make rich strands. Reverberate, bass lines, brain matter combined. Two shoes that bump, jump, and run up on incline. Directions. Sine waves pulse
pulsating pressure within my skull like a migraine. Vibrations, palpitations, mind's eyes that rule nations. Loose screws go unused like good news on main stations. Cloud shines on moonrise, gray rain on high tide. Shimmer with the ripples, a reflection as the crow flies. Spread the distance, a vast planet, can you imagine? Infinite wingspan, angel string band landed. Inspired by calm wind and fireside. Realize the pressed path, free ride on moonlight. Sweeten the breeze as it flutters to the grassy ground I find between my knees. Riverbank placate swift current, the mainstay inferent. Smooth rock transcendental as the water is working. I heard it, a storm brewing, a racket, electric as the weather pattern. Erratic, the scattered shapes on landscapes battered. A shatter, a clatter, a splatter. Dark matter we gather. Void space rumbles, rock crumbles. Clifflets release, I feel peace, then I tumble.
Again, yeah, Mind Fabric. I guess a brief introduction. I go by Prof Z. You can find me on Instagram at Prof Z Rap and Facebook. Most of the beats, other than that one, actually all of them other than that one, were produced by my buddy Squid, SQWD. You can find him at Squid Productions on Instagram. And all of us are now on Spotify too, and SoundCloud. Yeah, we love Squid. He was here last time, and a huge shout out to the Hive. It's an honor to be back. This is the place where I did my very first performance of all time. I'd never even been to an open mic or anything, so that was awesome. Okay, let's see. All right, we're just gonna move on to Bug Beat. Oldie, but a goodie. As I bioluminesce, stoking the fire like I'm trying to express. Sitting in the back, spanning the gap, goals on the rise, I try to acquiesce. Go with the flow, gotta change with the cadence. Switching it up, gotta stay in good graces. Silent alarm while I embody patience. Wander alone in the cornstalk maze. Stand in the backdrop while the top knot sing round like a bad dog when it comes topping. Weather in the wind, gone bury the sin. Settle in the bin, come carry the wind. Stare in the mirror, reflect on reflections. I care to be here, now inspect imperfection. Stick to the pavement, slick when the storm hit. Gavel in the courtroom, sick with the same shit. Fly on the window, buzzing in the back. Lunch unattended, sitting in a sack. Glitter in its red eyes, waiting to attack. Get shit on your taste buds when your lips smack. Recklessly fluttering wings, begs to be feeling that sting. Chopsticks hit with the swing and a miss. Sit back, sensei, leave it to the kid. Ambition is coming, they're running from something to nothing. Boomers are stranding us worse than the prey they are hunting. Ignorant people are thinking that something is funny when progress withheld with the promise of making the money.
Ribbons of fear, the zip tie my wrist is my potential getting closer to bring down the fist. Sit in a chair to split down the seam as destiny is getting ready to rain down supreme. I'm the aphid in the bug bee, rippling but I can't sleep. Cricket in the background drops with the cold free. Spider on the nightstand, crushed by the right hand. Eyes on the prize, but he cried when he died. Ants and the beetles are left unencumbered. They're grand and they're stable, they're strong in their numbers. The meaning of life, what they do to survive. The next meal, what's real, everything else a lie. Porous like the dirt they live beneath. Chorus of the work to live and breathe. Conquest of the subterranean. Promptness working with a gradient. Opalescent like a tendon as I cut my steak. Reminiscent of the memories that used to make. I didn't shed a tear about the circle of life until I closing in on me with all the worry and strife. Mind is unraveling, losing its pieces. Perception of parachute isn't a leash, keeping me grounded to keep me from running, or pull the ripcord just to see if I plummet.
Thank you. Okay. Moving on to ripple effect.
I can see clearer within the fog with the right sound. I can reconsider all the wrong when it rains clouds. I can sniff it out before it falls with a big nose. I can take a moment, slow it down when I smell roses. I can prop it open like a gate when the doors close. I can stop from moping when the hate's superimposed. Goal is to be a random artist that pops on your playlist, makes you think critical beyond just the basics. Circumstance is a pebble in a lake. Your reaction is the ripple in the wake. Smile to frown, spreads contagious all around. Moving through the blue like voiceless sound waves through loud crowds. If only we knew the chain reaction of interaction spoke aloud. Frequencies get muddled when you're a drop in the ocean, moving with the tides, big wave locomotion, crashing on the beach with the power to break sand, fed by little creeks until now it is great span, spread all over the world like continental amoeba, readily flags unfurled and planted dominion levers, vines of culture spread like tendrils over boundary lines and structures, boundless rovers. Displaced heterogeneity, Homo sapien, no road untaken, no space untamed, no rock unturned. Stark cliffs, scaled and carved, hieroglyphs are timeless scars. We have the capacity to steward ecosystems. Instead we use our clever to devour when we reap them like grim and bitey. All high and mighty, like matchstick fire lighting wild and brightly. Birch and brimstone, smoke, meat and charcoal. Work the ringtone, broke speakers, crowd control. FaceTime connected, enter the web like spiders multitasking. HTTPS, world at the fingertips like outdoor push-ups. Right swipes and left clicks. Imprisoned by space bars like Folsom. Wholesome and encompassing. No patent pending on resources. So we stole them and we hold them to control them. Hands off the wheel till we're out of control. No brakes, no reverse on spaceship Earth and roll. And enlist in the ranks to outflank the tanks. Aim to tear and turn rainforest to planks. Just like the pebble in the lake, it's a ripple. Butterfly effect in the wake of the push-pull. Singularities linked together from broken chains. Polymerization of reactions within our plane. I'll stop writing when the world figures itself out. So I'll have ink on reorder, no doubt. Curious vantage like question mark on a ledge that's praying like mantis. Taking nothing for granted till the eagle has landed and the prey it is brandished is handed over.
Thank you. This next one is an angry letter written to ExxonMobil. It's called X on the Beach. They proved climate change in 1977. Then hired the same misinformation company that Marlboro used to spread misinformation about cigarettes. Except Exxon spread misinformation about climate change. And climate change is controversial to this day.
Industrial machine, put smoke on the screen. Cast shadows of a doubt so we don't question what you're all about. Oil spills swallowed like a dirty pill. Like the number of species you killed. You were paid to clean it up so you still get your fill. Your scientists proved the climate you changed and published and hired misinformation campaigns. Thanks to rogue slogans like Marlboro brand, holding our brains molded to crave solace in the cancer you sold. Blue collar, black lung, rigor mortis and cold, you're so bold. If you got them, hold them. So you held us hostage. If you can control them, marionettes pay homage. So that's what we did. We did what you bid. And just like your mistress, cigarettes you did this in. With your secondhand smoke, exhaust pipe, we choke like a wish written on paper. We burn what you sold. Individual people who dependent, dead and cold. Simultaneously, they warm the globe. But I digress from the message you sent. While I'm impressed by the lasting consequence. Minds with false claims and changing the record. To this day, climate change is controversial. Contradicted your own evidence with false commercials. Your state-of-the-art barge measured ocean CO2, which would absorb more than the atmosphere they told you. Thus we managed to acidify the greatest body of water just to buy a few years before the climate was altered. You proved that once it's detectable, it's too late. You had over a decade to direct a new fate. Instead you spread misinformation about politicians who still won't hold you accountable in their power position. Now you profit on leading sustainable innovation and carbon capture despite you're the ones who made it a problem. Now you profit again when you solve them. Double dipping in Satan's pudding. Congrats on your string pulling. Why would you alter your destructive course when you can clean up your own mess for profit, no loss? Put mannequins in charge and devastate the environment. Put carburetors in cars that are more inefficient so they burn more of your gas than tear up railroad tracks. To force long haul trucking. The more fumes we're sucking, the better. Government has our best interest at heart. Oh wait, that's right, they play the lobbyist part. Campaign donors, domain holders in this game retain orders, laws written by shareholders. Thank God for capitalism, where profit is God. It's part of God's plan when we're mowed down like sod. In the name of industrial gain, shoulder the pain while they sit back on private jet planes. Carried no shame, no blame. They came, they saw, they conquered like Alexander the Great. They shouldered the fame while fanning the flame. Take note from the mistakes they wrote. We all inhabit the earth. Quit blowing your smoke. Stop waiting for a punchline to this sick joke and join the resistance so our children can know what it means to see a blue sky and clear lake, so they can know we have what it takes to steward the earth and respect our environment despite the odds of the shitstorm we are flying in. As modern observation makes you obsolete, you come up with little workarounds that keep you on your feet. Fossil fuels should be kept in the ground, but plastic production is keeping you around. So instead of ending plastic, the scourge of the earth, you double its production to get oil fields worth. Ice caps are going to melt, don't doubt. It's too late to prevent those infamous droughts. I guess all we can do is accept before we even walked on the moon like rogue stags. Don't let corporations keep control. Power to the people cause we care about souls. Some things outweigh the shareholders' goals, like the breath in our lungs and the heartbeat we hold. And infinite heartbeats of future generations without respect for our mother will be decimated. We all know not to bite the hand that feeds us, but we've been gnawing at her hand since Industrial Revolution.
I omitted the F word and then I kind of lost my track there. All right, nerds in the house? Okay. I don't know if you can tell, but my content's a little different than many rappers. Probably informed by the fact that I have a master's in bioenvironmental engineering with a minor in sustainability. And I also TA'd thermodynamics and like biomaterials and stuff. And I took a keen interest in like evolutionary biology and microbiology. And this next one kind of combines all those together. It's called Expansion.
Where did the time go? The universe is expanding. It ebbs and it flows. The universe is expanding. We're all caught in the tide. The universe is expanding. Enjoy the ride. The universe is difficult to contemplate, but it is a possibility to calculate. There are laws and theories that we can formulate, but thermodynamics does not negotiate. This isn't political, there is no debate. If you think it is spiritual, redetermine your fate. If you know it is real, you and I can relate. Unsure of how you feel? Now that's a mistake. Knowledge is power, so power lies to the facts. Momentum is energy with inertia to back. Seamless like stitches in the fabric of time. Heedless like those who want to poison your mind. Develop curriculum using knowledge and facts. Galileo's executioner is holding us back. Denying evolution and the climate we change, or the answer to the mystery of life is DNA. The universe is expanding. We don't know its source. The universe is expanding. We don't know its course. The universe is expanding. Hold on to what's real. The universe is expanding. The infinite wheel. Life originated on a grain of sand. Nucleic acid in the mix, but it wasn't God's plan. All of the ingredients enclosed in the membrane, with RNA created with the sand as a template. The RNA strand survived another day. Amino acid in the mix with a role to play. Together they initiate a protein complex. The recipe encoded, the RNA index. Evolution over time, DNA arised. DNA evolved to keep itself alive. DNA simply found a way to persist. The entire web of life is a result of this. People are obsessed with the meaning of life. We're here cause we're here, that's the beauty of life. The odds of existence even infinitesimal. Every living thing in nature is a miracle. The universe is expanding. We can see in the dark. The universe is expanding. Every star is a spark. The universe is expanding. We can live in the light. The universe is expanding. Or be devoured by night. Light is a particle, but it's also a wave. Its frequency alone will define how it behaves. Light is also energy that's left unsettled, and matter is energy on a quantum level. Everything tangible, energetical resonance. Even the earth and every one of its residents. Similar frequencies tend to harmonize. Destructive consequences, opposites collide. This helps to understand relationships with each other. Similar vibrations unite us like brothers. Positive or negative is what you emit. The universe returns what you're giving to it. Entropy, the omnipresent fundamental law. To think of it like chaos is a fundamental flaw. To maximize the microstate, that's fundamental role. To maximize our freedom is our fundamental goal. Entropy, the second law of thermodynamics, applies to more than just energy and the movement of matter through space-time. I believe it applies to life as a whole. Biology's great conquest is proliferation, expansion, and spreading of its genome. Entropy is a governing force of movement towards freedom. Every molecule, every species, every planet tends to maximize its mobility within its sphere of existence. Humans have the unique ability to perceive and rationalize this governing law through their desires for freedom, independence, individuality, and democracy. The ideals of a liberal society. The ideals that all life holds, even those organisms not sophisticated enough to communicate them. Thanks for nerding out with me, y'all. Oh yeah, this song's gonna bust out the chair for. You know, life is fun, life is good, but sometimes life sucks. This next one I call Stargazing. If it'll play. I wrote it as a reminder that when you're in a really dark place, it's worth sticking around, even just for that moment when the sun peeks through the clouds. If you've lost anybody to suicide or overdose, don't be afraid to pull out those lights. Gazing out the window on a gloomy day, searching for the beauty in the dewy gray, sunken in the posture of the covered sun, drunken on the closure as the colors run. Golden fingers start to reach from the heavens, holding the horizon like it never left it, touching my pupils through the lingering droplets, unmistakably beautiful as the gloom is forgotten. Traveling urgently to the next place of absorption, eager to fill in the cracks of the role of osmosis. Drip as they make constellations that skip down the glass, slip as they wait in the wake of others that passed. Stargaze even in the light of day, dewy angels dancing on the window pane. Sunny drops glitter.
I think I lost it. I don't know what happened there.
Gazing out the window on a gloomy day, searching for the beauty in the dewy gray, sunken in the posture of the covered sun, drunken on the closure as the colors run. Golden finger starts to reach from the heavens, holding the horizon like it never left it, touching my pupils through the lingering droplets, unmistakably beautiful as the gloom is forgotten. Traveling urgently to the next place of absorption, eager to fill in the cracks of the role of osmosis. Drip as they make constellations that skip down the glass, slip as they skate in the wake of others that passed. Stargaze even in the light of day, dewy angels dancing on the window pane. Sunny drops glitter at a falling pace, slow glaze as the stragglers make their way, struggling to shake away the bitter feeling. Shrug it off, but honestly my mind is reeling. Empty spaces taking up my notebook pages. Where is the saving grace from the dawn of ages? The story or the song that will lift up my spirits. The worries will be gone when I can finally hear it. Listen for that pitter-pat of rain on the roof as I drink up this existence that I don't want to lose. Dark as the night in the subsurface tunnels we brave, until you turn on your light and see crystals are filling the cave. Fractals of patterns that glow in the front of the void. Perspective is shattering, hopeless is gone and destroyed. Stargaze even in the light of day, dewy angels dancing on the window pane. Sunny drops glitter at a falling pace, slow glaze as the stragglers make their way. If every day was brimming with the blue in the sky, the cloudy gray that's bringing in the nectar of life would never get the chance to quench the thirst of the earth. The never-ending drought would be the most fatal curse. The riverbed would dry, brown, broken and brittle. The flora and the fauna withered and shriveled. We wouldn't be lasting without the thirst getting quenched. We wouldn't be breathing without oxygen replenished. Suddenly grateful for gray in the gloom of the day. Without it, no color from flowers that bloom on the grave. Synergies get convoluted by cause and effect, veiled by selfish experience lest we reflect. Stargaze even in the light of day, nowadays doesn't seem so far away. Runaway emotions finally found their place. Stunning is the view no matter where I face.
And the Boise Hive, it means a lot to me because they're here to provide mental health resources for people who are struggling. And something to remember, if you're struggling, that people care about you a lot more than you realize. And if you know someone who's struggling, or even if they're not, it's important to always remember to remind the people you love and the people in your life that you care about them a lot more than they realize too. Thanks for bearing with me on that one.
Yeah.
And there's also less healthy coping mechanisms. This one's called Sipping on Grapes.
Sipping on grapes, 12% satisfaction guaranteed till I wake. Why would I look for the proof in the pudding when I can find 90 proof in a bottle of poison? It's nice to erase my prior mistakes that follow me around until I alter my state. Sometimes I feel like my life is a deep fake. Sometimes I smile when I'm really irate. Sometimes I say no when I'd like to partake. Sometimes I say yes when I'd like to escape. Sometimes is all that I crave. Sometimes I rattle the bars in my jail cell, losing my vision like Braille cell. Nothing refreshing like stale cell. inhale, slowing my progress like snail cell. Stone cold rancid, black mold dressed fancy. Startled awake like necromancy. Clap once for the moment, twice when I'm sober, thrice when I'm wandering alone like a rover. Cause life likes dishing that shit a la carte. I've got 10 dirty digits cause I picked it apart. Wash my hands in the sink, cleanse my soul with a drink. Dangle my feet while I hang on the brink. Bankroll the billfold, deposit and call it to win. The pseudonym of you, the Gouda guy that we can root it in. Spread it on the cracker, crumple up the wrapper. Charcuterie reserved for the top of the ladder. They whitewash the top rung and say all can climb, but reinforce the gradient to keep us in line. Then dollop the bottom of our bowl like soup kitchen. Spoon scrape cheap plastic, don't know what I'm missing. Why would I use barley in my daily bread when I can ferment it and let it go straight to my head? Yeast, sugar, and water make sourdough rise, or the same combination, ABV to the skies. Sunset on summer with the promise of bitter, with bitters and whiskey staying warm as a simmer. Elevate blood oxygen and place on a treadmill, or elevate blood alcohol, turn mountain into molehill. Stumbling and mumbling through timing that down slope and suckling that bottle of new hope. Renegade Jedi, strong with the force of remorse, steady on the zigzag of wobbly course. Cartoon precision sketched out of the lines, rewind like a tape deck snatched from the bowels of time, or a scratched record, skip, skip, repeat, repeat. The stylus pattern of what I do with my 2 feet. I don't have the spins, I embody them, around in circles like roundhouse karate zen. The aikido of we go again, credo of sit on the fence, repeating predicaments, deja voodoo kid. Crumbled like rubble, like never got smart. Heifer wizened up with every false start. Feeling overwhelmed, stop and smell the rosé. Living in the heyday of Mayday. Face down on ground town like I'm looking for worms. Hook, line, and sinker while I'm fishing for words. Or drinking like a fish in the depths underwater. Looking for meaning in the bubbles as they wander. Caught up in the riptide, never riding the wave. Belly up, begging for sunlight in my cave. Praying to the Jesus fish that walks on land. Darwinian lakes with miracles in his hands. Juxtapose the beginning, I suppose I am sinning. Tug of war where the side of desire is winning. It's not the eye of the tiger, I'm its white claw. Pale like the ale, but I got hops. Curtsy to the worst to me, that's prevalent like royalty. My golden corona with lime wedge for loyalty. Why shoot for the moon when I can shoot moonshine? If we could distill the sun, we could sip in sunshine. The gin is out of the bottle, ready to grant wishes. Since Lady Luck wasn't around to blow kisses. Some pain men with time, some with tequila and lime. The latter has me walking that fine line. Thank you. That is one of my favorites. It's very fun. Okay, this one's an interesting one. It's a concept piece on the Big Bad Wolf. It's a new one that y'all haven't heard yet. Wondering what? Picking my path through the brambles in the patch. Wondering the underbrush hung up on the snags. Head up like a stag mounted on the wall of prominence. How'd I end up here? I guess it wasn't on the dominance. Bested by the apex predator, couldn't compete. Molested my intentions, I was rendered obsolete. They didn't even need a gun to bring me to the ground, because they ran me to exhaustion and then I was never found. Healing while they mow, catch a moment to myself in between another obstacle to keep me feeling well enough at least to punch in for another shift, giving just enough leeway to keep me go adrift. Mental health such a concern until they learn it will influence productivity levels when I burn. So here I yearn, losing it for sure. Guess I'll gobble goldfish and crack another yerb. What? Wondering what? Wondering what? I'm not gonna give you my 2 cents, cause nothing out here even makes sense. Unlike my passion that's starting to slow, a fifth still burns when it gets low. The wound is fresh and I'm picking at the scab when I slide my number to a pretty gal that I just met. I wish that I could say what it is I want to say, but I'm yelling at myself while my voice box is getting frayed, and I'm afraid that I'll be played if I am forthright and honest. So I guess I'm gonna stay in my bubble while being modest. Crap shoot the moon, cruise and raise you up Pluto, since I'm addicted to the setting of the sun. And what do you know? Kleptomania, trick you to think I'm saving ya, and then I'm sinking in my teeth like I hate you from Transylvania, then blaming ya like I'm not the one who was craving ya. How are you with promises, maybe even a please? Hunting in the pasture for another sweet release. What? Wondering what? Wondering what could it even be? Who I think I see? Could I even read the lines in between? Skeptical of just enough to keep me coming back. Scared of her fangs underneath the red hood. Silly to have heebie-jeebies from a little snack. She couldn't see my wolf skin back from where she stood. Before she crossed the threshold, I got skittish and bled. So I used my breath to topple Piggy's house around the left. Whoop, there goes another one. Toppled over sticks since I haven't had the confidence for crumbling the bricks. Staying here to lick my wound, I'm guessing I will pick it soon. Next time little red comes around, you bet that I'ma make her swoon. Ha ha! Woke up on the floor next to the copy machine. Her eyes wide like saucers as she's standing over me. Daydreaming again, my eyes wide shut. She didn't say a word as she was wondering what. Thank you. Sorry if I boosted that one a little too high. I had a hard time hearing the drums. Ooh. The next one's my favorite. It is also my most controversial one, so sorry if you are offended by UFOs. This dropped on Spotify last week.
Here we go.
UFOs and Doogie Woogie Boogie Man. Sasquatch is actually a Woogie man. He came from outer space long ago and so far away. Like the wood so much, yes, he decided to stay. Maybe he's the missing link in human evolution. But either way, in any case, I won't be disillusioned. The earth is flat, the sky is a dome with projected images. The pyramids were constructed by ancient aliens. Laser precision and alignment with astrology. Feasible only with lost Atlantean technology. Startling discoveries of these ancient anomalies have got me pondering on the origin of everything. Adam and Eve, it's more than just a kinky website. Gave birth to mankind while dinosaurs were alive. Joseph Smith is many things, but he is not a phony. Stuck a tablet in his hat and called it macaroni. Santa Claus lost a bet with Jesus. Got stuck in the North Pole where it's freezing. The Easter Bunny met up with Moses at the potluck and hopped in the back of Muhammad's pickup truck. Drove it to go fishing for the Loch Ness Monster after stopping by to pick up Odin and his little brother. But no messy with Nessie, cause she besties with Buddha. Drinking Henny and Sangria with the other friend Judas. Durga and her many hands, drinks for all eternity. One too many, Mary's getting tested for paternity. Uh-oh, Joe, better get back to your carpentry, cause child support is about to get the best of ye. God is a white bearded man in the sky. No, he's a brown bearded man in the sky. Maybe we should kill each other, prove it who is right. Killing is a sin, but in this fight it's alright. I'll have you know that my beliefs are institution. I know I'm right, I know you're wrong, I won't be disillusioned. Reality check bounced, I got mine on loan from a preacher, cause it's easier while my mind roams. I won't let facts inform my beliefs. That's why I'm not vaxxed like those other creeps. Hopped up on those Bill Gates nanos, radiating 5G like Elon Santos. Sure, the internet connection will be better, whatever. I saw a guy on TikTok magnetic through his sweater. Why would I let Fauci ouchie keep me feeling fine when ivermectin is letting me feel equine? People are dying, but I'll ignore my comorbidity. Why listen to the doctor? I get better from Sean Hannity. They're handing me the answers that I want, so I'll believe it, even if it comes around and it's the shit that I'll be eating. I feel this way because I am a cancer, and my tarot reading gave me all the answers. But none of it matters, because none of this is real. We're living in the simulation, coded how we feel. Free will is a construct invented by the patriarchy, hiding underlying matrices within our hierarchy. Cognitive dissonance, misconstrued confusion. But either way, in any case, I won't be disillusioned. God is a white bearded man in the sky. No, he's a brown bearded man in the sky. Maybe we should kill each other, prove it who is right. Killing is a sin, but in this fight it's alright. Buzz the noogie woogie boogie man. Sasquatch is actually a Wookiee man. I'm afraid of what's about to make crop circles from the sky. Afraid of what's below my bed while I'm asleep at night. Afraid to believe what's considered verifiable. Afraid to disbelieve even though I'm the one they're lying to. It's too much work to do my research on my own. So gobble the buffet if it's the answers to unknown. As long as those around repeat misguided ideologies, I'll reinforce misinformation, circle jerk mythology. And I'll keep it coming, immune to other points of view. If you knew the folks I do, you'd believe it too. They took the sheep inside my brain and coddled and abused it. Maybe this explains why I'll never be disillusioned. Clickbait generation, hype level infinite. ADD like 1, 2, 3 on Twitter while I'm scrolling it. All the needs of the future influence my lifestyle. If can't pick up, ignore the shit that I've defiled. The consequences of my actions are part of God's plan. It ain't climate change, it's just burning of the West. Sit back and idle by cause it's meant to be. Everything on earth God created for me. I bet to have a bunch of kids spread my progeny, so my ideas will live forever as a sanctioned memory. God is a white bearded man in the sky. No, he's a brown bearded man in the sky. Maybe we should kill each other, prove it who is right. Killing is a sin, but in this fight it's alright.
Thank you. How many more do you want? I have 3. I could do 3 or just do 1. What do you think? Do 3? All right. Let's do 3. This one's Cinematic Soul, a little bit of a vibe change.
Afterglow when the sunrise, catching more cause it's so nice. Release the grip away, let it slip away, let it pass with the blue sky. Break away of a moment, let it go, I don't own it. The song of lullaby, grace you while it fly by, the melody's over. I tried to go for the callback, but it dissolves as I'm pulled back. Sucker punch and you stole my lunch and left me with nothing but feedback. Brushed the chip off my shoulder, was trapping me like a boulder. Let it go cause time is the master, I need the time to grow older. It can feel irrelevant, sometimes even malevolent. The way good moments pass with memories clinging to all of it. Sedative to struggle while memories seem to muddle and giving silver lining to what should have stayed in the rubble. That's the beauty of life though. Stuck in a rut when I'm feeling a muck and there's always a reason to keep going. Sidle by with my feet forward. Future frat cause I can't know it. One thing we all have in common with past and the present is all of us not knowing the river of time that just keep flowing. Guess we keep on cruising while bumping rocks that keep bruising. The thing we all experience on life's river is losing. So float on with your brothers and give thanks to you, my mothers. Help me how to hold my head above the rougher waters. Once adrift it won't float back with the net, but I won't catch or feel the feeling I felt and dealt when I first immersed in the lit match. All that's left is a fizzle, the sunny day now it drizzle. Scorch marks like a torch tart that was carved up by a chisel. Got lost in your brown eyes, swept up in your high tide. Held my breath till I passed out and was found floating alongside. Turns out it was my pride that made me think it was my time. Your relief in the winter crawled under my skin as a side stop on your joyride. My cinematic soul that is starting to take a toll on the rhythm within the logic that's keeping me on my goals. Staring at the screen but the answers aren't coming clean because my mind is preoccupied by when you were in the scene. Destiny that felt so strong, quick to turn and feel so wrong. Your reality split from mine and I find myself saying so long. Felt premature but it's not, it ended while it was hot. A candle snuff but it's just enough to help cauterize to a clot. Shelving plastic relics, the trophies that you were selling with dollar wells of tequila and peanut shells in the alley. The afterglow is dwindled, I'm finally done feeling swindled. I'm moving on to another dawn where better times are kindled.
Thank you. Now this next one is very new. Squid is on the vocals on the chorus. It's quite a lovely thing. It's called Painting of You.
My life pain make me feel alright. Wish you would stay.
This ballad is a palette of colors, a painting of you, not the face of another. I can't get you out of my mind, so I figured I would spin you a rhyme. Why did I find what I was trying not to? It was the sign from the guide that brought you. You were gonna leave, no risk of jumping in. Now you're my favorite tune and I wanna keep bumping it. Months just friends, but always in my periphery. Didn't notice every photo, always standing next to me. I know I can't call you mine, grateful for your time. Anytime, drop me a line or swing on by. Yet to find time with you that isn't sublime. Try not to catch feelings, but I'm fighting a river. Lying staring at the ceiling, I can't think of another. So here I am, just a man, laughing at myself because I thought I had a plan. Shattered like the window that was walling up my heart. Left it bumping free while it is channeling my art. I guess I can't complain, I'll leave my heart hanging out. I'll let you take a bite because I'm feeling it now.
For my life, my life pain make me feel alright.
Alright.
Wish you would stay.
This ballad is a palette of colors, colors, a painting of you, not the face of another. I can't get you out of my mind. Is this feeling as fleeting as time? Lemon wedge got me puckered, Tootsie Pop got me suckered. Swimming in the feeling, hard to breathe like I'm smothered. Call me stupid cause I didn't think about the ruin of this palace of charades built just to prove that I could do it. Prove it, cause I caught the feeling and I knew it. But then I walked away and now I'm thinking that I blew it. Choosing me over we, choosing she over me. Choosing not to choose, I'm choosing not to repeat patterns from the past and the habits that got me wondering and wandering astray from the me that I was envisioning. Maybe there's a way to bridge the divide between what I need and what I desire. Maybe there's a way you could be a solution instead of creating all this mental pollution. Maybe I should go with the flow, reel it in instead of keeping it slow. I know, I don't, I know, I don't know.
Take me for my life, my life pain, make me feel alright.
Alright, alright.
Wish you would stay.
This ballad is a palette of colors, a painting of you, not the face of another. I can't get you out of my mind. If only I could trust in the signs. I guess I'll keep flying by the seat of my pants. Caught up in the moment, caught up in romance. Just a glance at what we could be, but the moment is fleeting between you and me. Clear to see opacity, the right thing to do. Maybe get it figured, probably stay confused. But anyway, what's new? I miss you. I can't stop thinking about the last time I kissed you or held you in my arms. But now you're feeling the fire, packing up your car off to the Cali sea breeze sunset. Hang on to our moments to stay sweet, rerun that.
I'll wander outside,
Look up at the stars, maybe see a comet, make a wish to see your face. Doesn't leave a scar or cause a fall from grace. I wish you hadn't gone away. I wish you hadn't gone away.
take me for my life pain, make me feel alright.
Alright, alright.
Wish you would stay.
This ballad is a palette of colors, a painting of you, not the face of another. I can't get you out of my mind, so I'm keeping this painting alive.
Thank you. All right, one more for you. We're going to end on a positive note. It's called Reincarnation. Let's give it up for Squid one more time. He's the reason we're all here. This makes you feel a Zen kind of way.
I know what I know, and I learn and I grow, and I stumble and fall and get up and I go, and I dirty my face in the puddles of mud, but I lather it up with the soap and the suds. Sink underwater like aquatic compliments, peace in the rhythm that wavers on top of it, cleansing the spirit like harmony within the cells of my body. That's part of me. Part of the beauty is drowning out noise while I float on my back as I stare at the sky. Head in the clouds like I'm looking at Jupiter, humming the tune of a song in the universe, squeaking the spoke of a wheel of time. Tick up a clock, hourly chime, making your mark when the world is your oyster is nearly impossible. Try to be boisterous, rather be living and losing my innocence. Echoing chambers, reiterate ignorance. Comfort is fickle like middle school friends. My zone is expanding like it never ends. Living alone in my salty environment, burning with purpose like logs in a fire pit, kindling energy, ignition, synergy. Fire and water are equally balancing. Shadows are cast in the presence of light. Stars only show in the veil of night. Rain only comes when there's clouds in the sky. Water and oxygen, how we survive. Black and the white and the gray in between. Under the microscope, living unseen. Limits of knowledge are always unsettling. Reverberate with the truth as it resonates.
How y'all doing tonight? Sometimes it's nice to just take a breath.
Feeling my power like castles in sand, making my mark like a Sharpie in hand. Feeling okay like the breath on the breeze that caresses your hair as it scatters the leaves. Content in the chaos of wind and the waves. Content on the road when a path isn't paved. Content when I'm wandering, lost in the woods, getting snagged on the branches way more than I should. Pray to the sun and the moon and the goddesses, plaguing with fire, forgetting what modest is. Rise to the challenge, battling elements, feelings of failure becoming irrelevant. Improvising like it's rhythm and blues. Multiple choice and I'm having to choose. Cut to the chase like a knife on the run, and I'm locked and I'm loaded with verbs in my gun. Battling demons inside of my consciousness, ignoring compliments, undermine confidence. Uproot the moments that planted the seeds that are sowing their doubt in my moments of need. Crippling grip on my skeleton's past. Skip to the beat just to loosen their grasp. Skipping on glass, pull up the mask. Skipping the track when the tempo too fast. Missing the moments and gaps in between when distracting irrelevance pops on my screen. Missing simplicity, slip by unwittingly, waiting and wishing, chasing infinity. Back to the moment, back to reality, steady and grounded, standing on my own 2 feet, eyes on the rise. They meet the horizon, becoming the person I'm visualizing.
Thank you, everybody. That's the set. So good to be back, truly. Y'all really have some of the best sound and lighting and just overall vibes. Love to be here. Sweet. Thank you, Squid. Thank you, Mind Fabric. Thank you, Hive.